Time is the most valuable thing to each and every one of us. Why? Because time is so limited and we can never get that back. So what we have to learn how to do is leverage that time. What most content creators biggest issue is, after they get over the fear of actually starting their channel, is not having enough time to do so. You know, life be life in here. It really does. And we have to find ways how to manage that time. Especially when we're talking about trying to bring in additional income in order to help us. And who ain't trying to look for different ways to make money? So it's not about not wanting to do something. After the fear, it's basically the time trying to figure out how to do so. And with most content creators, what they believe is successful is mainly because they're looking at subscriptions and they're looking at views and they're looking at how large something is, how well something is doing far as the video. When it comes down to comparing themselves versus other content creators. But what they really need to pay attention to is the time that those creators had to dedicate to that channel. And like major, I'm watching that dog out there, major platforms such as vidIQ, Think Media, and Mr. Beast, they all have people working on the back end for them. They have people working in the backgrounds, doing this stuff for them, helping them, such as things as coming up with titles, thumbnails, ideas, filming, basically have a mastermind production team behind them. Whereas with content creators such as you and myself, we don't have those things. But what is happening with that is, as they're able to leverage different duties out to other people, it's freeing up more of their time to dedicate to their particular channels. And so they could do more research, or they could come up with a little more ideas that can go on along with whatever the people coming up with their ideas. You know, they have a team of people working with them. It's not just them doing it by themselves on top of their everyday lives. And a lot of regular everyday people, just like myself, self included, we don't have people to delegate this stuff out to, and then if it's a money thing, you don't even have the funding to go out and hire a person to do it for you. So until you can get to that stage, and I would say later down the line, if you're able to do that, take away some of that stuff to free up some of your time. Because in this YouTube world, you're going to have to figure out like how to get some of your time back. We all got the same 400 seconds in a day. We all have the same thing, and we're not superhuman. So we can't go to work, take care of our families, try to take care of ourselves, go to appointments, have to remember all this stuff that's going on, all while trying to manage businesses, add additional businesses, go following stock markets, watching the news. It's just so much stuff that be coming your way that time seems to be eluding us all. Once you get up, that time starts to ticking, right? Those seconds start to dwindling, and they start to dwindling pretty fast. Seconds turn into minutes turn into hours, and before you know it, that day is gone. So you also have to look at that. Like, let me give you a few examples. Like, there are people like Dante London, who still are considered a small content creator, even though he's having a great success with what he's doing. And he's on the rise, right? But what he did was he caught a wave. Prior to that, let's look at prior to him catching his wave. He tells you this story himself. If you don't believe what he's telling you, you can actually go back and look at his other videos where it's actually physically happening. So you could watch him go through his struggles. He told and shared a story about, he never wanted to be like his dad because, his dad really couldn't keep a job. But yet he found himself in that same situation where he himself could not keep a job, right? And it wasn't because he wanted to do that, because he really did not want to fall into that. But unfortunately, that did happen to him. But what I would say, during all those times, he tried to find ways to incorporate what he was doing, using the time he had to try to make videos. So that's why I've always said, don't discount what you did. Don't think it's because this YouTube thing is on easy mode that is working for you. It's because you put in the work, sir. You put in the work. So do not take away for what you did. He struggled and put in that work for himself. And that's why I will always say, although he's misled and he's misguided, he's still, to me, an authentic person. Just he don't allow the fame and the money to go to his head, because his struggle is there. It is documented, and you can see his struggle. So you could see what it took for that young man to get where he's at today. He just so happenly caught a wave that propelled his channel unlike anything before. And what most people do when they do that, he tried to hold on to it by doing the same thing over and over. And it's working for him because he's in that algorithm. The downside with him is he's telling everybody else to copy him, and they're not going to get the same success that he did because they haven't put in the work that he did up until the point where he got his success and where things started to take off for him. But what it did do, when he did catch that wave, it allowed him to now get some time back in. He has time. Not only does he have money, but he has time. Whereas before he had to try to figure it out and work it in, now he's a little more laid back and kind of can look at his time. And if he does it right, he could resource or outsource some things that he doesn't have to now do for himself if he treats this like a business and leverage his time and make it work for him. Okay. Then you have DoorDash. Well, this is a woman who either quit her job or she got fired. That with the lies she tells, the world will never know. Okay. So, but we can look at what happened to her even based off of her own videos. She started doing what called DoorDash, hence the name DoDash, right? And she sort of played off that. But she too was filming what she was doing as she was working and struggling. And I myself have done that. And that ain't no easy task. It ain't easy to go do those orders, picking it up, making them a little bit of money that you have to work out for to equal up to whatever it is that you're going to do. It's not you picking up 1 or 2 orders and making $300 a day. You're picking up anywhere from 15 to 20 orders plus, and then you're throwing in something else. So on that note, I will always be able to understand her struggle when it comes to that. It's not easy. And then even her story, she tells you she didn't have a car. She had to rent out a car for $125 a day. That takes a mental thing that on your mind where you saying, well, I don't have the money to purchase a car, so I have to spend $125. There are certain things, even about her story, even though I don't care about how she scammed people and stuff, you still have to look at and say she went through something and this is where she's at now. But even with her, she did this DoorDash, until she caught a wave. And then that wave allowed her to leave DoorDash, something that she probably really didn't want to do, and started focusing on YouTube. Now, just like the original person, it went to her head. Fame went to her head. She had some demons that she hadn't really conquered, far as trying to get over on people. And she saw some money and, I'm finna make this work. I'm finna do whatever I have to do. Even if I have to lie to do it, that's the wrong approach to have. But what it did was it still alleviated her time. Regardless of how she did it, right or wrong, it still alleviated her time. So she didn't have to spend hours out there in that car trying to make money. She can now focus on her channel. So you have to look at what was the why as to why they became successful. This is why they became successful. Time was being able to be handled in a different way. Now, we also have the new up and coming one, and that's your girl Meta. I did a video on her yesterday. Now, I kind of like hers, but she did hers in a different approach. She turned it into somewhat like a challenge or a game for the community to follow her along with this game that she was doing. And in doing so, it grew her channel quite big. Now, she did have a large following that followed her. However, the new people that she was that was coming into her platform didn't know anything about her, right? So based off of what they were seeing, first the subscribers, right? Following brought the subscribers. Then it's the views that are actually coming onto her channel. Still same thing. But once she got to a certain point, because I'm sure what she was telling other people is what she was doing herself, because she said it in her video. She said, now that I got my I'm monetized, I don't have to work as hard. So that lets you know it freed up her time. So now she ain't got to do what she's telling you, although I believe, like, I personally feel like she needs to continue, because if she got other people on this 30-day challenge, she too herself needs to continue on this 30-day challenge with them, because you never want to tell people to do something you yourself are not doing. But at the end of the day, it still relieved her time. So you have to look at that when you're talking about what other content creators are doing versus what you are doing. You have to find those key details on what is actually happening. And if you can't duplicate that, then you will not have the same success as these people. You will not. And time is a major factor that runs through big platforms, smaller platforms, up and coming platforms. You have to be able to dedicate some of your time and leverage your time and manage your time in order to make this work out, including myself. Even though I'm not huge right now, but my channel in growth was. From where I was. I went from October of 2024 to now January 2025. And most of my success happened in December of 2024, not January 2025. It's just that from December, this is what I'm able to ride off of because of the wave I caught. But because of a tragedy that happened, first with my brother and then with my daughter, and I went to help them, it alleviated my time to now what I was doing other things as, such as working on my business or being at home, taking care of everyday life or doing what I need to do in order to survive. All that came to a standstill when I went to help other people, because now my focus was helping them. But after helping them and kind of getting everything sort of situated to where there was a regular flow from wherever I was at the time, it freed my time up. Now my time freed up more than ever now, because I'm here with my daughter and I'm helping her with her situation. But after the help, I got hours to do whatever I can do. And so my business mind is to focus on, what was working, me helping others, generating more videos to get out to the public, because at the end of the day, after I'm trying to help somebody, my ultimate goal was coming on here to further my business as well. So, but that's the key. The key for me was I had more time to study, more time to research. I had time to research before, but it wasn't like the research I am doing now. Now I'm doing a full-time job research. I call it my intern research without any pay. But it allows me to be able to find information that will help others, and in the long run end up helping me as well, even with the numbers and how my channel looks, right? So you have to know what it is that is going on. You have to know the why on what is happening, and time plays a major part in your success. And you either have to know how to manage that time or leverage that time to make it work for your channel. I will also say this. Any information that you receive from anybody, including myself, you need to see how it works for you. So in the video, I basically told you that instead of looking at people's subscriptions and their views, look at your subscription and look at your views, right? And see what videos are going outside of your subscription or your subscribers. That lets you know that you're on to something. When you have a set amount of subscribers, because of the way the system works, when you have a certain number of subscribers and your video get more views than your subscribers, now you're on to something. You are on to something, because that tells you that not only did your subscribers want to watch it, but also other viewers. You ever paid attention to YouTube? Really paid attention to something about YouTube? That when you start subscribing to people, you see their information. But how many other people are on this platform? There are millions of people on this platform doing various things on this platform that you never see, right? So and I'm gonna give you a sort of a comparison. When I hit my wave, my most popular video gained me over 23,000 views, right? And out of that, I had 100, if not, I think even 1 million impressions that went out on that, right? But on my regular stuff, I never really seen impressions that went out that high. Probably it was like 10,000 impressions, 20,000 impressions, something like that. Impressions is basically they're putting it in front of people. Now, whether or not they click on it to watch it or not is a totally different story, but they're sending it out there to the masses, right? So when you get a video, like I said, that goes outside of your subscribers, let me go ahead and explain this again. Your subscribers are initially the ones that they're trying to put it out in front of. If they like it and a large portion of your subscribers click on or either share, the algorithm is going to send it out to the second set of people, which is the masses, right? And then they'll see your material. The only other way, if your subscribers don't help you push it out to the algorithm, is if you yourself is going on other people's content and you're talking and then you're engaging with their community, and then they come to your community and then they see your stuff and they subscribe and stuff like that. That's basically the only way it's going to get out there. Because have you noticed that for every video you're putting out there, for millions of people to be out there, them impressions are low? That means it's not coming out. So when you see a video that you do that is going far beyond what the subscribers that you got, now you got something high. Study that video. Figure out what was it about that video that made it work for that video, and duplicate that. Duplicate that system. You ain't got to duplicate the title, but duplicate whatever that was you were talking about in order to generate more people onto that. If you're looking for your growth, you don't have to copy other people, because you will never be those people, but you can learn from your own material. That way it will help you push your stuff out into the algorithm. Now, in saying that, I'm getting ready to end this, but I did created a giveaway, and this is the reason why I did that giveaway. It allows me to give back to the people that gave to me. Now, to me, I am a person that likes to help people, and I like to give whatever I can. And to me, I look at it as, if the community and viewers are out there giving me not just their subscription, but their time to watch my video, then I need to give back to them. I am giving back to the community for the knowledge that I'm learning and giving it and not keeping it from them. But because of your viewing and because of your subscribing to my channel, it also helps my videos gain the ability to be monetized. So it helps me to one day be able to gain money from that. Now, I look at it as I want to give it back to my community. I want to give back to y'all for helping me. And a lot of people you ain't going to see that happen with. A lot of people you're not going to see that's going to give you back something. They're just wanting something back from you. But I feel like the community is the strongest part of this whole YouTube thing. And if you're not giving your community something, whether it's something of value, something that is geared towards them, or giving back to them from what they gave to you, then you're just being selfish and you're just looking at yourself. You're not looking at your community. And I want to make sure I'm giving back to my community. I once said before, like, if I ever got rich, I'll probably still be considered poor because I'll give it right on back to the people that need it. But that's just me. And I don't expect me from anybody else. That's just my mentality and my take on it. But I just wanted to explain what that was. That was because I'm coming up on my 1,000 subscribers, and I want to give back to those that helped me get to this point, because even though I had to make the video and put it up there and put myself out there to the internet and stuff, it was you that helped me get this far. And I just really appreciate everything that y'all are doing for me, and I want to give back. And I will try to do this at least 3 times out of the year. At the beginning, the middle, and the end of the year, in order to try to give back. And as I grow, so will my giveaways. Right now, I'm sort of small, y'all. I just want to give it back as a token. Because for the average YouTuber, their first check typically be a little over $100, if not $100, or a couple of hundred. So I want to give that back, to help y'all, to say thank y'all for helping me out. So in order to be able to enter into that, you have to watch that video where it says Skitlanta thank you giveaway. You have to go to that video. Watch the video. It's only a couple of minutes, y'all. But you have to comment on that video. And then on the description, click on that link. It's going to take you to an off-site place that's going to enter you into the actual draw. It's not a drawing so much within the giveaway, into the actual giveaway. You have to go into that link in order for it to be done right as far as the YouTube guidelines. There are rules and regs, so you can learn all that you need to know on that particular video, so you can go back and look on there. But you have to have that comment of that fire emoji, and you have to go on that link in order to be entered into the drawing. So even all my people that are subscribed to me now, you don't have to subscribe, but I still need you to comment on that video, because I too have to follow the rules that I put on there in order to stay compliant. So no one can win that giveaway unless they put a fire emoji on my comment and they go off link to enter the actual drawing. And then from there, it will be put into a system that will randomly pick the winner. Okay. And moving forward, when I do giveaways, if you won within that year, you will be qualified to win for the particular for the next up and coming giveaway. And that's only because I want to keep it as fair as possible so that multiple people can have an opportunity to get something. And I will keep it as first, second, and third prize, because I just don't want to give it to one person, because it wasn't one person that helped me. I want to give it out to as many people as I can. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope y'all got some valuable information from here. I hope what I shared with you can help you and help you grow. Join my community. I love y'all. I love the interaction with y'all. Leave those comments on my comments and hit that bell so you can be notified when I do upload a video. Sorry, y'all, I can get into the when I am, it'll notify you when I upload a video. And as always, be your brothers and your sisters keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.